Oh hey, lab pals. Didn't quite see you there. So, as you can see, I'm kind of eating a late lunch, but it's always good to have a cold, nice beverage to go with your lunch, right? So, the other day I went with a friend that I haven't seen in a very long time, and we were strolling in the city, and we decided to go into one of the newly renovated, I'd say, Asian groceries there in the city. And I haven't been in that one for a little while, but as you probably know, or if you don't know, so in Sydney and Australia in general, obviously we have a wide diversity in culture. So it makes it really, really good for basically experiencing different cultures in even simple things like going to a grocery. And Asian groceries have a lot of treasure basically involved inside for pretty much anyone who's a bit of a foodie. So if you like snacks, or if you like to try new things, or things that you might not find to be possible to be in a certain form, it's a great place to find stuff. And I found two really interesting drinks there. One of them is very nostalgic to me, but I was very curious if it tastes like the one that I anticipated it to taste like. And the other one, well, I've seen before, and I'm pretty sure I know that they make it into a drink, but it's just not as common to me, and to be honest, I've never tried it before, so I'd be curious as to, because I can't really imagine what it would be like as a drink. So let's start with one of the easiest ones and then build up to the finale. So guava juice. So if you don't know what guava is a tropical fruit. It's actually in Taiwan, from where my family comes from. The reason why I'm so familiar with it, after I looked it up, I realized that apparently Taiwan is actually one of the premier all year round growers of guava. So we grow them really well, and that is also why I see them all the time when I'm there. It is actually confusing to me though, because when I was buying guava juice here in Australia, in Sydney, I found a lot of the cover images to be similar shaped fruit, but pink in flesh. But the ones I'm familiar with, as you can see in this one, which looks like what I'd be seeing in Taiwan, is actually the ones that are sort of pale or yellow in flesh. They're kind of fruits where you bite into them, they've got the consistency of almost like a pear, but a little bit firmer, very juicy. But yeah, it's kind of like that texture that you would consider kind of right in between pear and apple. So a little bit crisp, a little bit firm, a little bit juicy, a little bit moist. Yeah, I use that word. But yeah, so somewhere between that, and basically I found out that when I was looking online for a little bit of background research, there are actually varieties, and it's just basically, I think there's a pink apple guava and there's a green apple guava, which would be the one I'm familiar with. So that settles the confusion. So let's give this a go. I have no nails, so this part's always really scary. Also, I don't actually really know the Chinese name of this fruit, because usually in Taiwan, my parents usually say it in Taiwanese. I can't even remember. Oh, I can smell. Yes! This is the kind of smell I want. The guava juice that I found here in only just one place, I don't know where else does it, it's the bottled one, but it has something else incorporated into it, so the flavor isn't the one that I actually like, and it was really nice, but it's just not the same as like the ones I get in Taiwan, which I usually would want to drink like a whole liter worth of. And every time someone pours it into a glass, I'll just be like, yeah, drink the all, and I'll be like, give me more. And but then you kind of reach that point where you're kind of like, I probably shouldn't be drinking too much because it's not mine and someone else is serving it. Alright, let's give it a go. Maybe, hold on, I'll get a cup so we can see the color. Oh. Alright, so here it is. Pretty much the color I anticipate. I think it's a little bit less pulpy compared to the pretty much the carton box juices, those tall ones that we get in Taiwan. It smells exactly like that. It's basically, I think it's nice because it has a very nice and really sweet and aromatic and like fragrant smell. It's almost like, it's very hard to describe, but it's a very light sweet smell, and it's kind of almost like you have that fruitiness crossed over with a little bit of that, almost like, I would say, like herbal or flowery, kind of like that nice light flavor you get, say, from like a chamomile tea. But the juice itself, even though it looks so watery compared to an apple juice, it's not quite the same. It's actually got a bit of viscosity to it, so it's a little bit almost like more syrupy. But yeah, you can tell it's kind of more like a tropical fruit because it really does taste like that in a juice form. It has that kind of same texture, same almost kind of I guess like category or flavor that you would associate with them when you have it. That's the feeling you get. But it is a lot lighter, very sweet, but not overwhelmingly so, and just very easy to down the whole thing. It's almost like when you drink something like aloe vera, it's just like no matter how big of a bottle you have, it's very easy to down a lot of it because it's sweet but not overwhelmingly so, like I said, but also the flavor's just right there at the right level, sort of right where you want it. Yeah, I know that's not probably like describing a lot, but this is one of the things where I'm not very good at describing, and guava juice's flavor is really kind of hard to describe. Alright, so let's move on to the next drink. This is Donggua Cha. So this is winter melon or winter gourd juice. I don't know how to pronounce that. So it looks like this is actually from Taiwan as well. That's interesting. So this is actually this is considered a fruit, but also often eaten as a vegetable, I guess, in dishes in Taiwan and many other Asian countries. It's predominantly from Southeast Asia and South Asia. I think it's kind of sweet as a fruit. Often used in, it seems like, a lot of soups, a lot of tea drinks or punches, from what I can see online. My family used to just cut them up into, I think, juliennes and steam or like stir fry into sort of like a soupy stir fry dish. I think, I can't really remember, or it could be another kind of melon. But it's been a while since I've had anything with this. If anything, the most common thing that you might have had this in but not detected the taste for is actually, if you know, pineapple cakes. So pineapple cakes are obviously made with pineapple inside, but the feeling is actually because there's so little flesh they can get out of the pineapples once they get cooked to that point. You actually need to incorporate some of the flesh of the melon, winter melon, to get to that consistency. So a lot of the feeling is actually, I guess, consistency wise at least, is mostly this rather than pineapple. And pineapple probably plays more of the crucial role of imparting the flavor. So I'm really curious about this. Let's give it a try. I mean, I think when I was reading up on it, it said, it's gonna be hard. According to the information, that when it's relatively immature, it's quite sweet as a fruit, then I can imagine maybe they can harvest this for at a certain age of the fruit and then use it as a drink, and it'll probably be really sweet. Okay, let's try this one out. I'm guessing the color will be pretty similar. Whoa! That color looks almost like what I imagine like champagne would look like. A little bit more like on the honey kind of shade, but very champagne-like in color. Whoa! Did they add anything else to this? It smells like... Okay, so the reason why I'm reacting so much is because it smells like the basis, if you've ever had any like pearl drinks, so the bubble tea drinks or boba drinks, whatever you guys call it in your different countries. It's like the basis of some sort of brown sugar syrup, that kind of basis they use for soaking the pearls in and often add into your drink as well. It smells like that pretty much in its like actual form, just like undiluted or like straight from the way they would use it. It just smells exactly like that, and that smells amazing. It's just like really that almost what's the word for it, that molassy kind of flavor, that really sweet dark brown sugar. Yeah, it's very inviting. Let's give it a go. Oh, this also feels like what they usually, I guess they use the same kind of stuff. It feels like what they put inside is a kind of Chinese dessert with like those kind of white, I guess, fungi or fungus kind of that they cook, and it becomes really sort of soft but like slightly crisp, and then they have this kind of light soup to go with it. It's so nice. This is so sweet though. It's like, I kind of wonder how much sugar's in this, or like how unaltered this is. It's so sweet. I didn't think this would actually taste so sweet. To me, I actually thought this was gonna be really bland and probably something just a little odd and not so tasty to be just like interesting to try on the camera. That's so good. But yeah, it really has that almost that fungus. This doesn't sound great, but that I'll try and put in the picture maybe so it'll look a bit nicer. But it's so nice. If you love like pearl teas, or like even like simple like black tea or cold iced teas, this would be so delicious. You wouldn't, if someone told you that this was from like a vegetable or a fruit, you know, you probably wouldn't think of it. Like, it just tastes like something that's from like a bubble tea shop. That's great. It really has almost like a deep sort of mellow, some sort of tea flavor to it in the back. It just kind of sits there. It's very smooth. Oh, it's so delicious. Oh, I'm so happy that I tried these ones. Now I know another drink that I really like. So that's it for today's testing, and I hope you guys like that. If you'd like to see some more of that, give the video a thumbs up, and comment down below what drinks that you think I should try if I haven't tried before, or what you think would be very interesting, and if I see it, I'll buy it and give it a go. As for that, I need to finish off my lunch now and do a bunch of other videos, so I'll see you lab pals in the next video. Bye 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 bye.